Okay, alrighty, sorry, didn't turn my mic on, but my name's Danielle. Welcome to Total Body 30. We're gonna get a great workout in today. I'm gonna take you a little bit through a warm-up, and then we're gonna do some lower body, upper body, and then we'll cool it down. Nice, quick 30 minutes. We're gonna get our heart rates up. We're gonna get those muscles working nice and warm here. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and get started. You don't have to worry about that clock on the top of the screen. That's just to let you know how much time you have left in class. I got you guys with the timer, so don't worry about that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with our warm up here. We're just gonna start with some arm circles forward, starting nice and small, getting a little bit bigger here. If you wanna add a side step, feel free. Just go ahead and get our bodies moving, getting nice and warmed up this morning. I hope you guys are feeling great, feeling ready. I know you might be a little bit tired, whether it be early in the morning when you're watching this or later in the day. It's fine. We're going to get you nice and warmed up for this workout. All right, and go ahead and reverse it, starting nice and big. Really stretching out those shoulders, stretching out that back and that chest. Getting a little bit smaller here. Again, reverse circles. All right, and go ahead and drop those arms. We're going to take it into some neck rolls here. So rolling your neck around, really letting your head fall to one direction. And go ahead and switch directions here. It's really important to stretch out our neck. That's not something that you want to hurt or pull a muscle in. All right, and we're going to take it into some shoulder rolls, moving forward. Really bringing those shoulders towards the front of the room, concaving that chest here. And go ahead and reverse it. Taking into a few shoulder rolls back. Should really feel this flexing that back and that chest, getting nice and ready for this workout. All right, next move, we're going to take it into some ballerinas here. So placing one foot behind the other, reaching overhead, really stretching out that whole side body. You should really feel this in your obliques. Taking it as far as you would like. You can lean a little bit further, or you can just stretch it out here at the top. Either way, we are stretching down that entire oblique. All right, just a few more on each side, nice and slow. This warm-up is going to be increasing in intensity. So we're starting out, we're not moving too much, but we will get moving. We'll get that heart rate up. The next move we're taking it into is going to be some skaters. All right, so giving me one more on this side. All right, great job, guys. Okay, so next move, we're going to take it into some skaters here. So again, we're going to be reaching with that opposite leg backwards, leaning down, kind of touching the ground here if you would like, or you can just reach towards the ground. Go ahead and get started here. We have 40 seconds. You can take these as fast or as slow as you would like. You can speed it up here for a bit more cardio if you want to get that heart rate up. Whatever you would like. Keeping it going here. Remember your options, you can step it out. You don't have to reach all the way towards the ground. You can rest that hand on your knee if it helps you with your balance. We want to make sure we're keeping that front leg forward. This is really going to mimic a workout or a move that we're doing later in the class in our lower body circuit. Don't worry about that. I'll explain it when we get there. All right. And last one. Next, we're going into some jumping jacks. We have 40 seconds here. You have the option to take it into your typical jumping jack, or you can step it out. Getting ready in 3, 2, and 1. Jumping it out here. We're really going to start to get that heart rate up in these next two moves. Last two moves of that cardio circuit. We'll be nice and warm after this. All right, remembering your options. You can step it out one arm, one leg at a time. Whatever you choose. If you're not feeling the cardio today, feel free to take this option. Just making sure we're getting a nice range of motion in there. All right, just 10 more seconds here. You guys got this. You can also make this a bit more intense, crossing those legs at the bottom. All righty. Go ahead and rest. We're taking it into that last move. That's going to be our jump squats here. So for these, feet hip distance apart, sending those glutes back and jumping at the top, getting started right here. This is our most intense warm-up move. So really giving it everything you've got here. Getting nice and warmed up, making sure we're keeping that chest nice and proud, that head up with that neck high. All right, keeping it going. You have the option just to take it into a normal body weight squat here. It's a little bit less intense, but again, this is your workout, so please take this however you would like. We're getting nice and warmed up for that lower body circuit coming up next. Just giving me 3, 2 more, and last one. All right, great job, guys. Go ahead and grab some water. I'll be right back to start that lower body circuit. All right, guys, we're getting right back into it now that we're nice and warm. Again, making sure that you keep your water bottle around you at any time during this class. If you need to take a water break, please feel free. This is your class. You can pause the video at any time if you really need a break, whatever you would like. I just really encourage you to try and get through the whole thing. It's only 30 minutes. You set that time out for yourself and you got this. All right, so we're gonna start with that lower body circuit here. First move, we're gonna be taking it into a squat with a leg lift. So again, just as we were doing in that last move of the warm up, we're gonna be feet hip distance apart, sending those glutes back as if we're sitting in a chair, keeping that chest nice and proud here and pushing up through those heels, squeezing the glutes at the top. But we're gonna be adding on something else to this. We're gonna be lifting that leg when we get to the top of that squat. So coming up, alternating those legs, trying to bring them up as high as we can, or even just a little kick out to the side, whatever works for you. If you need to hold on to something while you're doing this, please feel free. You can grab a chair. It helps with balance. This is really gonna work those adductor muscles in the sides of your glutes. So let's just go ahead and get started here. We're gonna be working for 40 seconds and then taking a 20-second rest. During that rest, I can explain the next movement for you guys, so don't worry about it. You take that time for yourself. Getting started here, 40 seconds. All right, keep it going. We're starting out nice and strong here. Really focusing on keeping that body nice and upright as we're lifting that leg. That's what's really gonna use that muscle in the sides of our glutes to lift that leg up to the side. Keeping it going here, just 10 more seconds. You guys got this. All right, and 3, 2, and 1. All right, go ahead and rest. We have 20 seconds here. I'm just gonna explain the next move we're gonna be taking it into. We're gonna be taking it into a stepping lunge here. So stepping forward, coming to a 90-degree angle in both the front and the back legs, pushing off that front heel, and coming back. All right, we're gonna get started stepping forward in 3, 2, and 1. Making sure we're not tapping that back knee on the ground, but getting nice and close. All right, I can show you guys a side view here. Keeping that chest nice and proud as we step it forward and push back. You're really gonna be feeling this one in that front quad, as well as in the glute of the leg that you're pushing off of. Again, keeping those shoulders back, keeping that core engaged this whole time. We just have 5 more seconds here. In 3, 2, and last one right here. All right, so I mentioned in the warm-up we were doing kind of a mimicking movement. This is what we're doing. We're gonna be doing a curtsy squat. So stepping back kind of diagonally, lowering down, making sure that knee stays over that toe, and pushing up. We have 40 seconds here, getting started. Again, a similar movement to that lunge, but we're making sure we're really crossing that leg, keeping that weight in our front foot, pushing up. It's, again, gonna work those adductor muscles on the sides of your legs, really working those glutes here. All right, you guys are doing awesome, keeping it up here. We're over halfway through with these. We warmed up with these when we were doing those skaters back and forth. Very similar movement, but we're really focusing on form here. Nice, slow, controlled. And giving me 3, 2, and the last one right here. All right, so we're gonna take it back to the top of that set, starting with those squats and those leg lifts. Y'all have done this before, so we're gonna go ahead and get right into it now. 40 seconds. Feet hip distance apart, sending those glutes back in 3, 2, and 1. Lifting that leg at the top. Maybe trying to make this set a little bit better than the last. We are not focused on speed here. We are really focusing on our form. Focusing on the muscles that we're using. You really want to feel it in those glutes as you're sitting back and feeling it in that adductor as you're lifting your leg. So focusing on that will really help your body kind of take the correct form here. Making sure we're keeping that chest proud this whole time. Just giving me 5 more seconds. And rest. All right, great job, guys. So that next movement is going to be those stepping lunges. We were stepping forward last time. This time we're going to be stepping backwards. So coming up, stepping one leg back and pushing back forward. Again, keeping that weight in our front foot. Getting started here in 3, 2, and 1. All right, I'll go ahead and show you guys a side view for these. Stepping back again, 90-degree angle in both that front and that back leg. Coming nice and low, but keeping that knee hovering above the ground. I find that really focusing on engaging your core during these movements will help your body stay upright. You don't want to be leaning over too much or bending back. Just staying nice and stable here. Keeping that core engaged, that chest proud. All right, we have 3, 2, and squeezing in 1 more here. Great job, guys. All right, last movement here. We're taking it back to those curtsy lunges. All right, so we're gonna be stepping diagonally. Again, really making sure we're keeping that weight in that front leg. Getting started right here, 40 seconds of work. All right, you guys are doing awesome. This is also gonna be working those same muscles that we worked in those leg lifts. It's gonna be that side glute here. It's called your adductor. All right, again, we're gonna be engaging that core here. Does the same thing in this move where you're keeping your body nice and stable, nice and upright. Just 10 more seconds, and then we'll get a nice water break before we take it into upper body. In 3, 2, and last one right here. All right, great job, guys. Go ahead and grab some water. We're gonna get right back and get into that upper body portion of the class. All right, guys, we're back. We're ready to get back at it. So for this part, if you have a chair or a table or something around that you can kind of lean on for these tricep dips, go ahead and grab that. If you need to pause the video to grab that, please feel free. I'm just gonna place this up on top of the stepper. Just protect your hands a little bit. But this next move, we're gonna take it into some tricep dips. So you have a few options for these. You can make these as hard or as easy as you would like. But we're gonna be pushing those feet out. Those fingers should be facing towards your body. And we're gonna be lowering down. Really feeling this in the back part of that upper arm. If you keep your feet closer in, that's less weight that you're putting on your triceps and a bit less resistance here. The further out you have your feet, the tougher it's going to be. All right, so choosing whatever you feel comfortable with. Again, 40 seconds of work here, and then 20 seconds of rest in between. I'll explain the next moves during that rest, so you guys can go ahead and take a breather then. But I'm gonna go ahead and get that 40 seconds started here. Go ahead and push them out. Maybe tapping those glutes on the ground here. Depending how high off the ground you are, you may or may not be hitting the ground. But as long as we're feeling that, should be contracting our triceps right here at this low point in the movement. All right, just 10 more seconds here. Keeping it going. You guys got this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down. All right, so moving that mat, we're going to get into the next upper body movement. These are going to be some slow burpees with a push-up. So I'll go ahead and show you guys what we're doing here. Arms up, kicking those legs out. Not really a push-up, but we're coming all the way down, putting our chest down to the mat, and then coming right back up. So go ahead and get started here. Whenever you're ready, we have 40 seconds. We are really going to be focusing on pushing our bodies up off of the mat when we come all the way down, bringing that chest down to the mat, making full contact with our bodies on the mat, and then coming back up. All right, if you really want an added challenge, you can come down, taking it into a push-up here, and then bringing those legs back up. Whatever you would like. Last one right here. All right. Okay, go ahead and rest. We have 20 seconds before we get into that last move. This last one, I'm just going to go ahead and explain it. We're going to be doing a plank with a twist. This is going to be working that upper body, those shoulders, and that back. So up in a high plank, twisting all the way, opening up our body to one side, and coming back down, hitting the other side. Getting started here, we have 40 seconds. Nice, slow, controlled movements here. This is also going to be beginning to engage that core that we're going to hit in our next circuit. That is our last circuit of the class. Keeping it going here. You guys got this. Nice, slow, controlled. You should really be feeling this in that chest, shoulder, and back as you shift your weight to a single arm. Opening up all the way, coming back down to that high plank. Last one right here. All right. Great job, guys. Those are the 3 movements we're doing. One more time. So go ahead, move your mat back up onto your stepper or grab that table, chair, whatever it is you're using. Taking it back into those tricep dips here. We have 40 seconds. Getting started right here. Remembering, if you don't have anything to lean on to do those tricep dips, you can take it on the ground, kind of come into a spider pose. Again, fingers facing towards your body, lowering down here. Then you bring your glutes slightly more diagonally towards your heels, allowing your arms to get that full contraction here. So again, that is the option if you don't have a step or a chair to lean on, but keep it going, guys. You have 5 more seconds here. Pushing out these last few. I know it's tough. Giving me one more good one. Alrighty. So again, grabbing that mat. Whoops. Okay. So we're getting started with those burpee, push-up, inchworms, whatever you want to call them. We're basically getting down nice and low and pushing ourselves back up, working against gravity here. So go ahead and get started with those. Stepping up and coming back down all the way to the mat. All right, we are halfway through. Keeping it going right here. Stepping up, extending, and back down. You also have the option to take this into a full burpee if you want that extra cardio, whatever you're feeling today. All right, go ahead and rest. We have 20 seconds here. We're taking it into that last move. That's going to be that plank with a twist. This is going to be kind of prepping our bodies for that core set that we are doing next. All right, getting started right here. We have 40 seconds. Last move in this upper body circuit. Opening it up, coming back down. Really trying to make sure your body gets nice and thin from your shoulder or your arm all the way up to your other fingertips. Nice straight line here. Twisting those hips. Trying to make your body as vertical or straight, horizontal. I'm not sure what the word is I'm looking for. But getting nice and symmetrical, I guess that word works. All right, go ahead and rest here. We have one more set. Go ahead and grab some water here before we get started with that last set, and then we'll cool it down. You guys are almost through this class, so just keep it going. Make it all the way through. All right, guys, last set here. We're gonna be working some core and some glutes down on that mat. If you have a soft carpet or a rug or something that you wanna pull in right here, now would be a good chance. It just takes a little bit of the pressure off of those hands. So the first move, I do this in like all of my classes, some plank shoulder taps. This is a great workout. It really works your core as well as working those shoulders and that chest. So for these, we're gonna be up in a high plank, opposite hand to opposite shoulder, just a nice tap on the shoulder, keeping our whole body nice and stable. Engaging that core is really what's gonna keep that whole central part of your body nice and sturdy as we move back and forth. So first move, 40 seconds, getting started right here. All right, we just have 3 moves left that we're going through 2 times each, and then we're gonna go ahead and cool it down. So everything that you've got left in you for this workout, I want you to put it into this last set. Again, engaging that core, pulling your belly button in towards your spine here, keeping it all nice and tight. That's what's gonna keep our bodies stable here. Opposite hand, opposite shoulder. We have 3, 2, and 1. All right, coming down. We're gonna be switching it over onto our backs for this next move. So lying down on your mat, we're gonna take it into some scissor kicks. So I like to place my hands under my glutes for these. Just makes it a bit easier, but if you really want a challenge, you can place them next to your glutes. We're gonna be lifting those legs up about 6 inches off the ground and just kicking it out here. We have 40 seconds on the clock. Get going. Again, pulling that belly button in towards your spine, really engaging that core here. You also have the option to take it side to side if you would like. Whatever is making that core burn. Engaging those abdominal muscles. Just 10 more seconds here. In 3, 2, and 1. All right, so this next move is gonna work our glutes. We're gonna stay on our back here. Bring those feet up so that they are flat on the ground. Coming up into a bridge, we're gonna be lifting one leg up off the ground, lowering down and pushing up. Coming to a straight line from that knee all the way down to our shoulder blades. Getting started here, we have 40 seconds. We're gonna switch legs halfway through. Again, staying nice and stable here. Keeping that leg up in the air. It's really gonna isolate that one glute that we are pushing off of. You also have the option to cross your leg here, pushing it up just as so. Again, trying to come to a vertical line from your chest all the way to that knee. Really flexing that glute at the top. Okay, I forgot to switch, so we'll just do the other side the next time around because we are doing this twice. All right, go ahead and rest here. 20 seconds before we go back into those plank shoulder taps. So flipping it around. Again, you have options on this move as well. You can just go ahead and do these down. You do them down on your knees. Again, making sure you're keeping a nice neutral spine all the way from your glutes up to your shoulder blades. So getting started here, we have 40 seconds. Choosing whatever option you would like today. And come up into a high plank. Whew, keeping it going. That's why I don't wear scrunchies when I work out because they always fall out. All right, keeping it going, guys. We have 15 seconds. Just 5 more here. Last time we're doing this in 3, 2, and 1. Coming down. All right, so that next move, back on our backs, taking it into those scissor kicks. All right, so lying down. If that was a bit too easy for you last time, try taking your hands out from under your glutes, placing them by your sides. All right, 40 seconds here. You guys got this. Remembering your options, you can take this up and down or side to side. Really whatever you'd like. You can even just hold it here, keeping those feet nice and flexed, keeping that core engaged. Remember, as long as you're feeling it in your core, that is all that matters. Trying to keep those legs up off the ground for these whole 40 seconds. Maybe taking it into some of these. It's all working that core. All right, we just have 5 more seconds. In 3, 2, and 1, coming down. All right, last move. We're gonna be taking it into those glute bridges here. So opposite side, since I forgot to switch last time. If you switch, then you can just go ahead and switch at the 20-second mark here. So again, coming up, lifting a leg, 40 seconds right here. Pushing up to a straight line. Remembering you also have that option to cross your leg here. All right, this is your last working move before we cool it down. So just pushing it out. I know that glute is burning, but you got this. All right, we just have 15 seconds here. 15 seconds until we get to that cool down. You guys made it through this entire class, so don't stop now. Coming all the way up. Full flex on that glute. All right, and coming down. We're gonna go ahead and cool it down here. So we are already lying on our backs. Just go ahead and extend those legs out, extending those arms. Taking a few deep breaths here. We're gonna slow that heart rate. Inhaling through your nose and out through your mouth. Nice, slow, deep breaths here. Go ahead and bring one knee in towards your chest, wrapping your fingers, pulling it down and circling that ankle. All right, and go ahead and switch directions for me. All right, extending that leg, pulling the opposite leg in, crossing those fingers, pulling your knee towards your chest and circling that ankle here. And go ahead and switch directions. Alrighty. So bringing that first leg up, we're gonna be crossing it into a figure 4, pulling that other leg to push it down towards our chest, wrapping your fingers behind your knee and pulling down for a supine figure 4. This is really gonna stretch out that glute and that IT band. We work those a lot in our lower body circuit, both in those squats with the leg lift, as well as those curtsy lunges. All right, go ahead and switch, doing the same thing on the opposite side. Figure 4 position here, and pulling down. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and sit it up here. Crossing one arm across our chest, stretching out that shoulder. We really got some shoulder work in when we were doing those, both those inchworm burpee type things where we were going down all the way to the ground and coming all the way back up. And then also when we're doing those plank shoulder taps. So we really want to make sure that we're stretching out all the muscles that we used in this class. All right, and we just have one more stretch, taking into a tricep overhead stretch, pulling down on that elbow. I do encourage you guys to stretch some more after this, so this isn't really an adequate time for us to cool down since it is a shorter class. But if you do feel anything kind of sore, anything tight, just go ahead and stretch it out on your own time. Whatever feels good, making sure not to overextend. And you don't want to stretch cold muscles. You want to make sure that we're nice and warm while we're stretching. So maybe taking a little jog or walk around the block, and then stretching out those legs and arms. All right, that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for coming out to this total body class today. We do have a link in the description box below. If you guys go ahead and fill that out, it'll just kind of help us adjust our classes to suit your needs most, see what you like, what you don't like, what works, what doesn't. But yeah, I will see you guys next week at 8 a.m. and it's my last class here at Rec Sports. But thank you guys so much for joining me. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday and a wonderful rest of your week.